Okay, example 3. Damien's Pizza charges $9 for a medium pizza plus $2 for each topping. Giovanni's Pizza has changed their price structure. It's $6 for a medium pizza now and $3 for each topping. So I got two different pizza stores going here. If X represents the number of toppings and Y represents cost, so I'm not going to use C and T. I'm going to use X and Y. So X represents toppings, so instead of a T, I'm going to use X. And Y represents total cost, so instead of a C, I'm going to use Y. Write an equation to write the total cost at Damien's Pizza. Damien's Pizza is $9 for a medium pizza. That's his fixed rate. That's our B value, remember? And $2 for each topping. So for every topping, the price goes up 2. That's our slope. So for every topping, the price goes up 2. And our B value is 9. So our equation is Y, because Y represents total cost, equals 2x, because x is the number of toppings, plus 9. Using the exact same argument, Giovanni's charging $6 for his medium pizza. That's his B value. It's less. It's only $6. But he's got an agenda here. He's got $3 for each topping. So that's his slope is 3 over 1. So his equation is Y equals 3x plus 6. So I have two different equations. One is Giovanni. I've made Damien blue, I think. Yes, I have. And Giovanni, I've made him red. So, graph the equations. All right, well, Damien is Y equals 2x plus 9. So the B value is 9. The slope is 2 over 1. So if I go to graph that, let's see. I'm going to want to go over by maybe 1 topping, 2 toppings, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice how I'm going over every second hash mark. And for the price, I think I'll go up by maybe every $2. So let's see, that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. I'm going to skip and just label every second one. 26, 28, and 30. So Damien, I'm going to come along and I'm going to put his B value at 9. Now that's in between 8 and 10, so it's going to be right there, right in between. So that's at 0, 9. And he has a slope of rise over run, so it's going to be over 1 up 2. So I go over 1, I go up 2 to 11. I go over 1. Oop, that's not 1. Did you see what I did there? That was a big mistake. I counted 1 hash mark, but that's not 1 unit. I go over 1, I go up 2. 1, 2. That's there. Now I go over 1, and I go up 2. 1, 2. So I'm constantly going to be in between, because all of these are going to be odd. So I go over 1, I go up 2. I think I have enough there. I'm going to take my line, I'm going to line it up as best I can, and I get Damien's Pizza cost looking like that. Now notice I don't have any, I don't extend that line into quadrant 2, 3, or 4. I do not do that because, let's think about this, is a number of toppings. Are we going to have negative toppings? Nuh-uh. And this is cost. Is Damien going to pay me to eat his pizza? No. So it doesn't make any sense to have the quadrants 2, 3, and 4. So we're not going to have this line extend, and I'd be really upset if you extended it. That would mean that you have no clue what you're doing in terms of this problem, right? So along the bottom here, we can give this a title. This is the number of toppings. And along here, we can have cost in dollars. So now we want to compare Giovanni's pizza. Like, that's Damien's pizza, and that's great and all, but let's compare it to Giovanni's pizza. Now, Giovanni is going to charge you a little bit less for the pizza. So the B is $6, okay? A little bit less. But his slope is going to be steeper. His slope is $3 for every single topping. So when I go over 1, now notice I have to jump over to 1 unit. So when I go over 1, I'm going to go up 3. So I go up to 9. And then when I go over 1 more, I got to go up 3. So 9 plus 3 is 12. So it's going to look like this. And I try to line those up as best I can. And this is what I get. Now, I made a mistake. I sort of let that bleed through a little bit. So I'm going to get rid of it because I made such a big deal about it. Okay. So we've got Damien's pizza here. And we've got Giovanni's pizza here. And you can tell that Giovanni's pizza has a steeper slope. 3. 3 is a larger number than 2. So it's definitely a steeper slope. They're asking me for the point of intersection. And so when I look at this, I see a point of intersection right here. Now, this was kind of difficult. Maybe if I had expanded this scale, it would have been easier to graph, and I would have been a little bit more accurate, right? So you could end up doing a graph that isn't accurate enough, and you got to go back and rechange your scales. That's one of the problems with graphing, okay? That's one reason why Desmos is so nice. You could put both of these into Desmos, and you'd be done in 30 seconds, right? That would be really, really cool. Anyway, here's my point of intersection, or at least as close as I can get using this scale and using my ruler and my pencil. And so I have to sort of guesstimate what this value is. So I'm looking at this value, and I see my number of toppings is 3. So 3 is my t. That used to be my x value, so t goes first. And my cost seems to be about in between 14 and 16, so it looks about 15. And what we have here, and you have to be very, very clear on this, normally it would be x comma y, but in this case it's going to be my toppings is what x equals, and my cost is what y is. So that's how I'm able to see that this is 3 toppings to a cost of $15. So my point of intersection, what I see, is 3 comma 15. And what that means is that's the point where Damien and Giovanni are going to cost the same. So if I want a pizza with 3 toppings on it, it doesn't matter whether I order it from Damien's, and it doesn't matter if I order it from Giovanni's. The price is going to be the same. Now, the pizza may be totally different, but the price is the same. Now, take a look at the graph, though. This tells you an awful lot. What if I'm on this side of the point of intersection? What if I'm over here? Which one of these 2 lines is lower? Well, the red one is, right? So that means that Giovanni's cheaper if I get less than 3 toppings. So if I get less than 3 toppings, if I get 2 toppings, Giovanni is below Damien's cost. So Giovanni's is cheaper. Now, what happens if I go beyond that, though? What happens if I want 4 toppings or 5 toppings or 7 toppings? Well, then take a look. Damien is below Giovanni's cost line. So Damien's is going to be a cheaper choice. That's pretty interesting that we can see that. So let's say I was going to order a pizza with the works on it. 12 toppings, everything you got. Who do I want to go to? Damien's or Giovanni? Damien's, I definitely do. But what if I'm only buying a pepperoni pizza? Just a pepperoni pizza. Giovanni. And so that's what we can see when we do systems of equations. I'm going to stop the video there, and we'll be right back with the next page.